Hello everyone, and welcome to this new series. In this video and its follow-ups, I'll be playing a longtime favorite game of mine, namely Project Zomboid here. This video series is going to be a bit different for this channel, as it isn't my normal chopped up stream VODs. Rather, I'm recording this directly for the purpose of editing it into a video, so this is going to be pretty experimental for me. I'm going to be trying to learn how to edit videos like this without making them seem, rushed or amateurish. So just bear that in mind. Although I said previously that I'm a longtime fan of this game, I want to temper expectations here. I only have about 200 hours in Project Zomboid, so I'm no expert or pro or anything like that when it comes to this game. But as a survival game, it's always been one of my favorites because it combines the complexity that can be inherent in these types of survival games with a pleasant UI that's relatively easy to interact with. There's not a million keybinds and stuff like that as some other games have. And in terms of looks, at base, this game is pretty digestible compared to the ASCII survival games. Although those are, getting better and better tile sets, so I digress. In general, I'd like to play and upload more survival style games like this to the channel as time goes on, as the survival game genre is my favorite genre. Even though I started out with RTS sci-fi stuff, I'm still gonna do games like that, but these games tend to be my favorites, these survival games. So I'd like to, as I said, do more of these style videos, but just to mention, because of the style of recording and editing that I'm doing for these, they're not going to come out as quickly as the cut VOD type videos. I'm still going to be doing those as I stream games, but those cut videos are going to come out, more frequently than these. This type of edited video is probably only going to be once a week to start with, as I try and get into the flow of doing this. So just bear that in mind. When it comes to mods for this game, I am going to be running mods for this playthrough, just because this game has a lot of really good mods that I don't want to play without, at least until the next build comes out. So I do have a mod list, but I'm going to leave the mod list talk and the world gen settings and stuff like that to the end of the video. So if you don't, feel like going through all that crap, it's going to be at the end of the video. In the meantime, though, there is the mod list itself in the description as a Steam collection, in case you don't want to wait that long. Anyway, without further ado, let's start surviving the zombie apocalypse, shall we? Alright, here we are with Selena LaRoche. She is a doctor. She's a bit of a coward, not very good at dealing with high-stress situations, which is kind of a strange combination with doctor, but maybe we could just say she's just not a fan of fighting. She's nearsighted, which I need to find glasses for, otherwise I'm going to have problems with. And she hates the fog. But in return, she's a fast learner. So she learns things very quickly, except for the physical ones. She likes rock music, but dislikes classical music. And here we are. We are in Muldraugh. We've got... I think I know where I am. There's a little, yeah, so there's a gated house here, and then there's a turn down this way. A nice little area. One of the better areas to start in Muldraugh, I think. See what we can find. So there's a lot of food things, which I don't really want to bother with as of yet. I might end up having to use that as a weapon, so I'll take it for now. technically take that alarm clock so I could know the time, but it's not that hard to find a watch. A winter jacket. For the time being, I will wear this, even though it's going to be a bit warm. It's good protection, so I'll take the sleeping pills too. Alright, so I'm not going to be staying here, so let's take... I want to take the curtains off. And then I'm going to rip them into bandages. A little bit of pre-prep in case I get myself injured. Here's our starting skills, by the way. We start at 5 fitness, 5 strength, 1 short blade, and 3 first aid. So if we do get injured, we'll be pretty good at dealing with it. And of course, you know, she knows how to use a scalpel pretty well. But not many other skills, really, outside of that. She's pretty okay at everything. Alright, so one thing I will do is... I like to take a little bit of food and water with me, but I mean, right now, I don't need to, so let's just start moving. Yeah, okay, so we're at this intersection here. Locked. Yeah, but the car isn't, which means I can unlock the trunk from here. Looks like the engine is dead. Alcohol wipes are useful. Matches can be useful, although I'm not a smoker, so that's good. Don't gotta really worry about that for the time being. And in the back, we got a garbage bag, nice. Empty bottle, which I can use to put water in, and a wrench, which I will eventually need for cars. Pretty useful to check mailboxes when you can. It's one of the big things that you have to find in this game is a specific magazine that lets you learn how to use generators, and it can spawn in those. And frequently, that generator magazine is a large problem. Actually, like, finding the thing is quite difficult. Metal bar, metal pipe. This is a great combo to find. A screwdriver I could use. Yeah, this van is really nice. At the very least, if I survive, I'll come back for the propane torch and the propane tank later. The metal stuff is quite good, too. Alright, unlike our starting house, no guarantees about it, nothing being in this one, so... Give the place a once over first. I don't like to start looting places until I'm sure there's nothing in them. Oh, that is the key to that van. That is very nice. If that van is functional, then we are off to a good start. Basket. Armor reduction 40, capacity 8. The garbage bag? I mean, that's gotta be better than the garbage bag, right? I think it is. Equip. Okay. Technically, the tweezers are nice to have, even though I never really run into situations that I need them in. Yeah, a lot more encumbrance reduction. The capacity is not as good, but it's fine for the time being, I think. Okay. What am I wearing right now? Suit pants. Oh, no, no, no. I want to wear the denim jeans. There we go. Not a very professional look, but it's a bit more defensible. Okay, leather jackets are great for defense, but again, the issue with them is insulation. So, like, comparison, the winter jacket, insulation's like slightly over half. Yeah, so this is like slightly more insulation as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot more defense. So I'll wear that over the winter jacket, at least until my character starts complaining about the heat. I don't really need that many hand torches. In general, using flashlights is not something that I do very much in this game. There tends to be not a lot of reason to need them. So, usually I just take them apart or use like the batteries out of them and stuff like that, but that ice cream is really nice, but I'm not going to be taking that with me for right now. I will remember that that is here, though. Screwdriver. Okay, so... Oh, that's fucking nice. Okay, well, it's late, so I don't want to go out yet, but the car works. It has a little bit of gas in it, and that is a good start. So what I will do is I'm going to secure this place for the time being. We started here pretty late. Kind of unfortunate because my character's not going to be tired enough to sleep. I do have sleeping tablets though, so I can force her to. I don't really know what time it is. We started and there was like a tiny bit of light, so it's probably early evening, like 9 or 10 maybe. Oh, empty bottle. So one thing is that as long as this bottle's in my main inventory here, my character will automatically drink from it. I don't have to worry about that. It's not hungry yet. Alright, so I don't have any... Just go to the overall map. I don't have anything to read or anything as of yet, so my best option right now is just take sleeping pills so I can sleep. And hopefully I can then go to sleep and wake up at a decent time. So let's lie down on the bed. And I basically just gotta wait for these sleeping pills to take effect. There we go. Okay, we are awake. Watch my model flip around real quick. The basket should not be equipped because my character is not holding it. Huh. Okay, so it's still nighttime out, but we have passed some time. There's no TV or radio or anything in this house that I can use to just, like, pass some more time, because I really don't want to head out right now. A bit hungry. Processed cheese. Mmm, a delicious craft single. Yeah, it's good. Our character is at a good weight, so I'm not going to eat anymore. I want to keep that as long as I can, keep my weight balanced. Usually not that difficult to balance your character's weight once you get out of like being either overweight or underweight in this game. It's just getting to that point. Okay, so Yeah, so we spawned all the way down here in Muldraw. Our previous attempt was starting up in the trailer park area and then going up and over. So this is where I died, over at the warehouse. I'm trying to think about what I should do here and my like short-term goals for what I want to get this character to do. This area isn't particularly that great to like hold up at. I mean, there's not a lot going on here is the thing. I'm trying to think about where I would want to stay if I wanted to stay in Muldraw. I mean, like, at the very least, I'm not going to be, like, making any huge moves out of Muldraw right off the bat. It's, you know, it's a bit ambitious to spawn in a town and then just immediately leave for another one. Eventually, I will go to the other towns, but not right off. This area tends to be pretty useful and relatively low zombie pop. And there's fences around it, so... Because, like, large fences zombies can't do shit about, they have to go around. Which means that, like, this house right here has large fences all the way around it, except for the front. This could be a decent area to at least look at, if not, like, stay temporarily. It's not a bad place. I'll probably start off with something like that. Started. Got a little bit of light here. See, like, these large fences zombies can't go over or break, so they have to walk around. The small ones they can just climb over. So I know I have that car that works, but I'm not going to move it yet. I want to scout a little bit first. Because once the car is going, like, I'm gonna be dragging anything that hears it, so... Any of these houses would be good too, because I could just block this area here off, and then like the opposite side once it's cleared out, and then it's pretty safe. Plus, when it comes to setting up places to be like a base, temporary or otherwise, it's really nice to have a second floor. Always try to do that if you can. Okay. Oh. Come on out. Yeah, you bitch. The anti-fence thing that they added at some point. I played a lot of this game before they added that, like, crawl attack thing. Surprised the hell out of me the first time they did it to me. Okay. Let's start. Based on the models, these are all just actual corpses. That's a key for the house. I do hear something else in here, though. Sounds like over here. Honk. Okay. Another key. Again, it's to the house, so it's kind of waste. Hey, look, a medical coat. That's appropriate. I might use that. Anyway, like I was saying, before I distracted myself, the reason why you want to have a second floor is that you can set up a sheet rope on the windows, so that if zombies get into the house, you're not trapped inside or like desperately trying to get to like a bottom floor window. Like you can set up a 2-story house much easier to like have a safe escape route, or a relatively safe escape route, than single-story homes. So always recommend looking for the 2-story if you can. Or, like, you know, setting up a 2-story if you're doing, like, a player-made base or whatever. Okay, so we're clear in this house so far, and there's plenty of things to look at. So first things first, I'm going to do the bottom floor. There aren't any shades on any of the windows, which is kind of annoying in the short term. Not to mention it's very corpsey in here, so... Okay, washing and drying machines are both empty. Freezer's got some meat in it, that's nice. I just realized the TV is on. Turn that off in a minute. Can opener, that's good to see, but I'm not going to take that yet. I will if I decide to leave, though. A nice empty room. It's actually kind of fine that the TV is on because it's not on a station, but I'll turn that off. Standard models for cars, that's good. Farming 1 is good. Mechanics 2 is fine. Super Mario 3, hell yeah. Not a single one of these windows has a shade on it, which is annoying. I mean, in the long term, if I do decide to stay here, I'll be blocking the street off and there won't be zombies in here, but, you know, unless they break the fucking walls that I build, but I don't have any carpentry skills, so that's gonna be a task. Nice cardboard box. More stuff in if I want. This is a pretty good bedroom right here. It's got 2 different windows that you can set up, and it does have blinds on them. Not to mention you can see to the road from here, which is nice. Alright, normally I wouldn't bother with these fanny packs, because they don't really let you store much, but I don't have a backpack yet, so I can at least store, like, meds in there. These shoes are better than my sneakers. Yeah, they give me some bite defense. Bite defense on the feet is, like, really not that big of a deal, though. Just checking this out, and then we'll go across the street. Hey, look, a banjo. Oh, yeah. Well, a cloth pad, jacket, scarf, ski goggles, winter coat. So I guess the person who lived here was a skier or a snowboarder. Empty jars, that's useful. And the Hunter magazine. Okay, so some interesting things here. Somewhat, at least. I mean, nothing crazy. Again, this area is pretty useful. So I'm tempted to set up in this, either this house or the one on the bottom, and then just, like, block this area off. Because the less work... Oh, actually, I will take that canned tuna, too, because I can just... Oh, this is full, huh? Alright. The less work that I have to do on the early carpentry front to get, like, a secure perimeter, the better. And, like, for this area, like, at bare minimum, it would just be block this off with a gate, and block this off with a gate down here. And then this area would be pretty secure. I mean, I would need to airlock it so that zombies couldn't spawn in, like, when I opened it up, but... Bonk. 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 This character was prone to panic. I mean, I guess they're only one-off zombies, so it's not really that big of a deal, but yeah, 100% panic. Well, at least I haven't run into any issues with it yet. I mean, even... I was kind of expecting an alarm there. Even for this area, this is pretty quiet. There's very few zombies right now in this area, so... I'm pretty lucky in that regard. I haven't heard anything in the house yet. That doesn't mean there aren't zombies. It could just be, you know, playing dead or whatever. I think generally with zombies is in this game, as long as they're like standing up, like not playing dead, they'll be making noise. Oh, it's raining outside. Vitamins. Nothing else in that room. This house has a lot more shades though, which is nice. So of the two, I'd probably stay in this one if I do decide to stay here. Bandages. Soap is always good. Lets you clean yourself faster. Another nice thing about two-story houses, if you can get to the point with it, is that if you can get a sledgehammer, you can sledge the stairs out, and then put a if you put like a windowsill or a railing up here at the top of the stairs, you can put a sheet rope down, and then zombies cannot get up top at all. I mean, they can break the sheet rope, making it so you can't get up, but if you're already up there and zombies break into the house, then as long as you've got another way out, like, you know, via sheet rope or in an emergency, just jumping out a window, then, you know, you're pretty safe. You can even just sort of ignore the zombies as long as you have supplies at that point. Okay, so I'm not gonna really take anything from here because, like, my current short-term plan is to use this house as a base, temporarily at least, maybe permanently, not sure yet. But it's a good start. So let's eat an apple. I will drop anything I have on me that I'm not going to be using for, like, combat or whatever. If this had more condition, I would use that instead of the hammer, but... I guess I have this kitchen knife. The thing is, like, you know, I have short blade skill, so I kind of want to use a short blade, although there is downsides to using bladed weapons. The main one being that you destroy the clothes of whoever you're targeting. So, like, if I were to run into someone with, like, clothing on them that I want, like, say, like a police officer with, like, a Kevlar vest or whatever, then I would want to use a blunt weapon so that I wouldn't damage the clothes. But, for the time being, I'll drop everything that I'm not, like, actively in need of. That's pretty good. And now I'm just gonna focus on looting. This area is pretty secure for the time being, until I can start getting into carpentry and getting this sealed off, and then it'll be very secure. And that's probably what I'm gonna do, is I'll probably just do this line here and then at the end down there. Because, like, yeah, I could go up further, and eventually I might do that. Like, if I want to really set this up as, like, a permanent base, then, like, what I can do is set up, like, a temporary block here, and then eventually move up, make a block here or here, and then, like, you know, keep moving it over time as I want to expand. Oh, crying out loud. Clumsy ass shit. Oh, I scratched myself going through the bushes. Well, either way, getting that short blade skill up. I actually do like bladed weapons a lot. It's just, you know, the downside of... What are they doing? The downside of damaging clothing is a little annoying. So one thing to always make sure is if you're gonna go through a broken window, clear the broken glass first if you have the opportunity and the time. Otherwise you're gonna end up cutting yourself, and it will probably not end very well for you. Tune 2. So always be aware of that if you're planning on going through a broken window. I mean, sometimes you don't really have much of a choice and you just gotta, you know, just go, but nice. Okay, that was the zombie. I just saw for a second there that zombie that had wandered over this way. He was wandering away. One nice thing is that zombies don't give a shit about lights. Ooh, boy. They really are wandering this direction, huh? Where's... Zombies don't really care about lights, so you can just turn on lights so that you can see better. It's pretty much always better to just turn the lights on. As far as and I could be wrong. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm no expert on this game. Again, 200 hours, that's it. Not very much. So, you know, I could easily be wrong on any of this. However, I do believe that zombies generally only seem to care about, like, noise and seeing somebody. So, yeah. Horror zombies is not that big of a deal. It does make me wish I had a crowbar instead of using like a knife or something like that. But the knife is pretty quick. And I should try and clear them out. Alright, hold on. Let me go out the back. So, speaking of zombies with clothing that I like... Come on. Come on. Try not to push them too far towards the other ones. Come on. Quickly. Quickly now. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Now then. So yeah, point of that all was is that the first zombie that I killed has a Kevlar vest on, which, you know, I would like. So I did not want to use the stabby stab. Oh, speaking of, it's broken. Alright, enough of you. So instead I just shoved him down and then stepped on his head. Alright, so now we know what time it is, since we found a watch finally. Let's drop this broken kitchen knife, because I'm not going to bother repairing it. Checking if these guys have anything useful. Alright, so yeah, we've got a police bulletproof vest, which is bloody. I'm going to have to clean it. Nothing else that useful, but the bulletproof vest is nice. It's pretty solid protection. Ooh, this is interesting. This house over here, if you can see, has randomly spawned boarded up, which means there are survivors in there, or there were survivors. They're likely all dead now. But does mean that there are probably guns and other things in there, which is nice to see. I need a pen, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, I just wanted to pop back in here real fast. Another set of 4. I don't think they saw me, but they are heading this way. So let's wait for them and see what happens here. Yeah, I don't think they came. Well, they didn't come around the corner. So what I'm doing here is I'm hitting Q to talk, to make my character say something. And because I'm crouched, it's quiet. It's a whisper. So I'm not like alerting everything in the fucking area to come run at me. Just, you know, 1 or so. Wolf howling is just an effect. There are no animals in the game yet. Will be though. Build 42 is supposed to add at least the start of animals. Like deer and rabbits and stuff like that. I do have a mod enabled, which adds hunting, so you can get meat in the late game. It doesn't, like, oh, good lord, really? Since when? Okay, I don't know where all they came from. I guess they were there the whole time. That's nuts. That can happen sometimes, where there are just, like, a ton of zombies out back of a place and you don't even realize it. It's just more shit I'm gonna have to clear, I guess. But again, I'm not too worried about it right now. Why am I taking these? I'm not a smoker this time. I'm so used to always, like, whenever I make a character that's, like when I custom make a character, like choosing the individual perks myself, I will typically take Smoker because it's kind of a free perk in a way. Like, it's not too hard to maintain the smoking habit in this game. Like, cigarettes and lighters are pretty much everywhere, and then you can eventually, with the mods that I have, you can grow tobacco and then make your own. Nice. But these characters that I'm making for this series are random, so no smoker trait this time. I'm at the whims of the random gods. That window being locked is very annoying, because I have to unbarricade a bunch of shit now so I can get into this place. Because this place can likely have some good shit in it, because it's barricaded like this. It's always good to find these places. Also, I can reuse these planks. I'm just gonna drop them for now, but why'd you have to come over? Oh, that's fucked anyway. All right, break it open then. Might as well work on this while I'm waiting. There we go. Oh, two of you decided to come and play, huh? Well, come on back this way. Reason why I went over here is, sorry if I keep jumping around topics. It's hard to keep focused when I'm doing all this at the same time. But anyway, the reason why I went back here to fight them is because of angles. Like, this might just be a me thing, but I have certain, like, camera angles, like directional angles when fighting people that I'm not very good at. So I always try to get people on, like, straight line angles going, like, up or down, usually more so with up, but... Alright, where's this door that's getting whacked on? You're a real boy. Sit back down, Pinocchio. Alright. A lot of banging in this house. I think it's upstairs. Yeah, it seems like it's all upstairs. The way you can tell is by looking at the doors. They, doors that are being banged on will wobble like this. Something broke out of here. I think there's one in here and one in here. Okay. I really do like these places. Like I said before, this place is randomly like this. It's not guaranteed that, like, this specific house is going to be, like, boarded up like this. It's, like, random if a house spawns boarded up like this with former survivors in it. I'm a big fan of the storytelling aspect of that. This is annoying. Place and disinfect. Use of bandage. You know, one can imagine this house as being like, you know, a group of people tried to survive here and they accidentally let in somebody who was infected, or, like, you know, that person lied or something like that, and then turned, and then somebody else got bit, etc. It all spiraled downhill from there. I'm a big fan of that sort of storytelling. Well, the condition's bad on the bats, but the crowbar is very nice. Put that on my back. I'm a big fan of the crowbar. I mean, the baseball bats are fantastic too. The spiked bat, in particular, is quite good. Some extra food up here. This is why I like these places, too. I mean, outside of the storytelling aspect, they tend to have good stuff in them. Full long coat. Ooh, actually, this is really good. It provides extra bite defense, but it doesn't have that much insulation. Very nice. I should have taken off that leather jacket, though. Let's get rid of that for now. I'll just remember that that's here in case I need to come back for it. And there's a duffel bag. All right, there we go. Okay, basket drop. Everything that's in the basket goes in the duffel bag. Now we're off to a good start now. Swap to the crowbar. So, beyond just being a good melee weapon, the crowbar is actually... I can use it to pry open different, like, doors and stuff like that. So, very useful tool, which arguably, you know, the fact that you can use it to... the fact that you can use it in that regard, like to pry open stuff, means that, you know, realistically, I probably shouldn't be using it as a weapon all that much. Let me take these antibiotics. However, it's a very strong weapon. I usually find more than one crowbar, and their durability lasts for quite a while, even when I'm using them to beat the shit out of zombies. So, I don't mind using it as a weapon. Milk. Ooh, eggs is nice. And water. Oh, shovel. Shovel's also very good. There's 2 of them there. Okay. Protein powder is good. Chocolate, honey. So plenty of good stuff in here that I can transport away to a different place. I could also just reuse this place, but it does mean that I'd have to, like, it would take some work. And also, I don't usually use wooden boards for barricading. I use metal sheets, because they're just better. And they're easy to do. You don't need any real skill to weld metal plates onto, like, windows. Okay, let's keep moving. I want to check this shed. There's some zombies over there. Let me make sure there's nothing on the other side of the shed. I don't think there is. Nope. Nice little doghouse, though. Oh, fuck. I hit the wrong button. I want to try and find, like, you know, a generator. Also gas cans, which I just did. Outside duffel, 1050. Is the regular... I think the regular duffel's the same. Empty gas cans, very nice. Let's take that. Tape is good. Wood glue is also good eventually, but not right now. I don't need that. Bulk and hammer, metal sheets is nice. Alright, well, it's another another house clear. Another nice little tip. Stand on top of zombies. And standing on top of zombies, they can't stand back up, so... I don't recommend, like, you know, standing on top of a zombie to the extent that, like, you know, you get overrun by other ones, but, like, if you've got the option where it's like you're only fighting 2 zombies, then standing on top of one that falls down, even if it's not dead, is a pretty good strategy. There was an alarm set on that. Yeah. Am I hitting you? Okay, there we go. This is a place that somebody was moving into. This is another type of, like, random spawn that a house can have, where it's, like, somebody was moving in, so there's, like, boxes with some stuff in them, but there's no, like, furniture or anything like that. Just checking to see if there's anything open already. Whenever possible, you want to go for, like, windows and stuff like that that are already broken open, or just, like, things that are open in general. Because... What? What, behind the door? Okay. Or... Okay. Because whenever you open a window or a door, like, especially it happens very frequently with windows, you're running the risk of triggering an alarm if the house has an alarm. Which is not great. So, whenever possible, try to look for stuff that's already open, if you can. A little bit of furniture in this place. You know, there's some cabinets, but I guess, you know, sort of comes with the place. Bunch of VHSs, some magazines that I don't really need. Use something to eat, but I'll do that on my way out of this place. Probably not going to be too much in here, but it's worth clearing at the very least. So as like an opposite to the survivor house, these are generally not great to run into, these kind of houses. Because there's not a ton in them. Yeah, not very much. That sheet could be useful though, actually. Okay, well, let's go downstairs, grab something to eat from the kitchen if there is anything there, and then head out. Coat bag. Paper clips are useful. Nice, canned tuna. I already have one, but, you know, might as well eat the one that's here. Getting tired as well. We did wake up early, and we've been doing shit all day. I don't really need to bother with that yet. I can always do that later. Okay, so, hello there. Where'd you come from, sir? Come on. Issue with being tired is that it reduces my damage, so I don't really want to be doing too much more fighting. I don't know if drowsy necessarily reduces your damage, but I know that tired does, like level 2 tired. Clear through these guys. Guys and gals, I should say. Come on. Okay. Friends are coming, so hopefully you die in this next hit. Okay, she did. There we go. And this guy at least had the decency of walking through the shrubs, so he came really slowly. Okay. Quick once over on their bodies before I move on. Metallic style, I can't do anything about that. Scratch is gone, so I'm getting rid of the bandage. That's a mod, by the way, that tells me how the wound is doing underneath the bandage. The base game, you have no idea. You just have to take the bandage off if you think that it's, you know, acceptable. It's the same thing with, like, replacing bandages, because, like, I have that option to, like, right-click, disinfect, and then change the bandage out, sort of deal. All that is, modded stuff. Oh, shit. Swung too early there. Okay. Man, a lot of zombies wandered into this area. I mean, I guess there was that huge group out back. They sort of, like, split up and got all over the place. It's better off anyway. Can't complain about that when it makes it a lot easier to take them out. So for the time being, I'm heading back to the house down here. It's down south a bit. And I'm going to drop off some stuff and probably head in for the night. Re-clear it out because there's a random guy over here now. Because my character's a bit tired. I'm not going to let her go to sleep until later because I don't want her to be tired at this time again tomorrow. But, yeah, it's a good time to get heading back. Plus, this episode's going on for quite a while, so I want to start wrapping up anyway. Okay, so real quick, let's take anything that I'm not going to need, because I'm still going to be just going out and gathering stuff mostly tomorrow. That I'm not going to be using right now. The reason why I'm keeping the extra watch is because I'm going to disassemble it later for electronic skill. Okay, well, since I am, at least for now, setting up in this house, I'm going to start closing all these. No reason to leave these open. Zombies can just see you through the windows, and then, you know, you've got a potential zombie to deal with coming and breaking into your house, and that's not great. Especially right now, since I don't have the, well, I could start welding metal sheets over the windows anytime, really, because I do have everything I need for that nearby, but still kind of in the, explore and gather resources part of early Zomboid here. Before I get into the real, like, fortification part. And that, I mean, this phase of Zomboid, to me at least, is at the start, at least, like, you do this until you find Carpentry 1 and enough supplies to last for a while, because you don't really want to be doing any, like, manual labor complex work where you don't have the book for it, so you don't get the extra XP. It's kind of a waste of XP otherwise. So before I start doing any carpentry work, I really want to get that Carpentry 1 book. Also, I pretty desperately need to find the generator manual and generator, because, you know, I've only got between 0 and 30 days before the power goes out, and then everything starts rotting, and that's a problem. It's not the end of the world if that happens and I don't have the generator book, but it will make things a little bit harder for me. Okay, well, with that, I'm gonna lie down in bed here and call it a day for our first episode. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You know, as every YouTuber says, leave a like and comment if you like the episode. I mean, like, leave me a comment anyway if you've got some suggestions for, like, things I should be doing, or, like, you know, my editing choices, which, you know, I definitely feel like I might need criticism on that because I'm probably not very good at it. But yeah, just let me know what you think about the episode and, like, what I'm trying here and the game choice and stuff like that, because I'd really like to hear some feedback on that sort of thing. And don't forget that the mod collection for this is in the description, as well as links to my Twitch, where I do stream sometimes, hopefully at least once a week, my Patreon, and my Ko-fi if you feel like supporting me monetarily. I genuinely appreciate anyone who even watches these videos, but I will give you a personal thanks if you feel like supporting the channel. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching again. Alright, so, welcome to the mods and settings and other various things part of the video, now that we're done the actual gameplay part. Like I said before, I'm going to go through my mod list a little bit here and some of the world gen settings and stuff like that, just to give you an idea in case you want to try this out on your own. I mean, I wouldn't say that my mod list is anything special. This is just like a grab bag of mods that I genuinely enjoy playing with, so There's not too much to explain about it. I guess, like I said, in the description, there's a mod collection that has all of these. You can just hit subscribe to all, and it'll give you all of these mods, and then you just have to make sure they're enabled in-game through the mod manager here. The majority of them, like all these top ones, are just vehicles, like different vehicles for the game. There's a lot that do other things, though, like different gun mods and some like maybe overpowered things that we might get to later. I don't know. I haven't ever actually used this mod, even though it's in my mod list. It's kind of a late game thing, but there's quite a few like that. In general, the mod list here is pretty straightforward. Some of these mods that are on here, like immersive hunting, you'll see there's like this white one here. This is a sub part of the mod specifically for immersive hunting. This is for the 10 years later like playset style thing, which is a completely different thing than what I'm doing. So you got to make sure you don't have like both of these enabled at the same time if you're not doing like this style. It's the same with stuff like more traits. There's like, you know, if you want to disable specific stuff, you can turn these on to disable certain parts of it. Anything in white here is not enabled. This isn't part of the collection, but that's why it's crossed out, so you can just ignore that. Anything in white is like a sub part of the mod that I'm just not using. And it's up to you whether or not, like some of these things could be used, I'm just not personally using them. I'd recommend for any of these mods that I have these like non-selected things for, so like immersive hunting, more traits, more smokes, time period accurate music, true actions dancing, vehicle spawn zones expanded, and Motorious Zone vehicle pack. I'd recommend going to the actual mod pages for those and just reading up on like what their sub things do, and then just deciding whether or not you're going to use any of those like parts, or maybe like, you know, changing things out or whatever. As far as the load order is concerned, I don't usually mess around with that too much, other than like when like if you have like errors, I would like look into it, but I just sort of have a default load order, so, and it works for me. If you have any troubles with that, just reach out and I might be able to help you with it. You know, I'll give it my best attempt at least. As far as my world settings, let me just like, you know, okay, so say we're spawning in Muldraw here. I am using a custom set that is basically the same on the default. There's only two settings that I've changed. One is under character, weapon multi-hit. This is just lets you hit multiple zombies when you're swinging your weapon at once. The game, I know that there are people that play without this enabled. I am not one of them. I'm nowhere near good enough at combat in this game to warrant not having this on, because dealing with crowds of zombies with a melee weapon without this on is nearly impossible. The game is basically just run away and hide from zombies, or like pull them into like houses and trees without this enabled, and that's not my preferable style of play, so I have this enabled. The only other one that I've changed is under zombie lore. I use saliva only for transmission, and it's sort of the same reason why I have weapon multi-hit on. It's hard enough for me, as someone who's not particularly great at combat, or like melee combat in this game, to actually like fight and not die, especially when zombies are, you know, functionally killing you whenever they touch you with blood and saliva. So instead I use saliva only. So bites are, you know, guaranteed dead without, you know, modded things like the vaccine. But like scratches and stuff like that aren't lethal. So that's it as far as settings are concerned. Everything else is default. Alright, so that is it for the mods and settings stuff. Like I said, the collection should have everything you need. It's not too complicated to just, you know, hit subscribe to all and then go to the mods page and enable them. Yeah, so at the end here, I wanted to mention that I recently opened up a Patreon where you can help support this channel if you feel like it. Again, this is completely voluntary. Right now, there are no benefits on the Patreon's tier thing, because I just started it. I haven't even really thought it out that well yet, but it's, you know, just something that I thought, oh, well, I might as well get this set up. So yeah, eventually I'll be adding some more stuff to that, like, you know, polls or like early concepts of videos and stuff like that. maybe in the future. It depends on if, you know, people actually do it and if people have any interest in that sort of thing. But, you know, for now it's starting out simple and small, but it's there. So if you feel like supporting me, the Patreon is linked in the description, as well as the About page on the YouTube channel itself. I also started a coffee page, and that's sort of the same thing as Patreon, but you can do one-off tips through coffee. So to, like, if you just want to give me like $1 or $2, whatever, just one time as like a, hey, I like that video or whatever, then you can use coffee instead. That way you don't have any like reoccurring payments or whatever like Patreon has, in case you don't want to deal with that crap. I understand, I completely get it. So yeah, the coffee is there. That's also in the description and on the About page on the channel. Just reiterating, though, that I genuinely appreciate anyone who even watches these videos. I mean, this channel is still pretty small and new. And, like, genuinely, anyone that listens to me ramble in these game videos that I'm doing is, like, you're a saint to me already. So, like, I do not need you to donate to me or anything like that. I genuinely appreciate your views and likes and comments and all that. But, you know, if you feel like going above and beyond, then the option is there. I think that's enough rambling for this video, though. Thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. I'm gonna make more of these, and I genuinely would like to do this with a lot more games, so I think you'll be seeing a lot more of this kind of video on the channel, so I really do hope you enjoy. Thank you.